What is going on, students? It's Devin Cassidy, aka The Scholar, and I'm back like I never left. Finally back on the Vanguard content grind, you know what I'm saying? I know I may have alarmed some of y'all with the Yu-Gi-Oh post. There's going to be some Yu-Gi-Oh content on the channel. Full disclosure, got back into the game and having a lot of fun with it, can't lie. But you know why I'm here. You know why I made this channel to begin with is for this amazing game for Cardfight Vanguard. So I'm so thankful to finally be back, be post the deck set, be post the meta, get everything locked in, because we're going to be talking about Musketeers today, baby, because the new deck just got support, and this deck is heat. So I can't wait to talk about this with you guys. But before we do, make sure you guys go shop with Kingslayer cards. If you guys need your own deck sets or any of these pre-orders up, go shop with them. Use the promo code SCHOLAR, save 5% off your order. And if you need any of these beautiful playmats, or these amazing deck boxes, or you know, the dice trays or anything of the games, or these beautiful oversleeves, make sure you guys go shop with my product sponsors, dankritual.com, for all the best product in the game. These guys keep me hyped. They even made my own mouse, bro. Like, hold up, can I pull this in the frame? Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this. This is their mouse from the AI collection, bro. So they're with me on my desktop. They chilling. So it's fantastic. It's fantastic. But enough of me yapping, all right? Because everyone's here to see the amazing Musketeer deck profile. So without further ado, let's get into it for sure. So Musketeer starter, low-key you need this for the name with Saul, so that way you can do the Virgil Cecilia captain effect. So you actually low-key do have to play the Musketeer starter just so you get the 5 names to use the Limit Break 4 effect for Cecilia. Cecilia time though. We got 4 of the Virgil captain. I know it's not high rarity. What's Devlin doing, right? Has Devlin lost his touch? Yeah, no, I'm just now spending too much money on other things that I couldn't like make these really blinged out, you know what I'm saying? But what's fantastic is that she's back and relevant in the game. So these new Limit Break 4 folks, because they don't have new effects, but they have new applications with these older strides, where they give you a crest, pretty much. And so her Limit Break 4 abilities can be activated if you don't have 4 damage, and then her abilities become on the stride. So I'm going to cover her more actually when we get into the stride, since that's where all of her application comes from. But this is your ride-up package. This lets you be super aggro. This card is really cool and deserves to be played at 4 copies for sure. So definitely do that if you guys are not. All right, getting back into the bling. We got 4 copies of Cecilia Reverse. Cecilia Reverse is your main like kill combo of the deck. You know, you just get to re-ride this a bunch of times, swing face at your opponent over and over again, and they just die, right? You swing in your Vanguard multiple times, you're getting so many force markers. These attacks are getting really big. She's really strong. So I wouldn't ever doubt this card for sure. So you guys want this. But she's really good. Even a good like going second play too. If you don't want to ride like the Cecilia, so that way you don't miss out on Crest. Absolutely fine option too if you just want to start the Katrina play. Then 2 Rotting Usurp Dragon. This is your loop extender with Cecilia Reverse. So this guy resurrects himself from the drop zone every time a grade 3 or greater Vanguard is placed on your Vanguard circle. So that way you can keep doing the loop shenanigans of recalling units and locking units and all that stuff with Cecilia. So we love Usurp Dragon for that reason. And then because we wanted to cut down the Usurp Dragon because this card is broken. I will explain this every time in Stoicheia decks and anything like that, bro. Engularv is cracked. I would not be surprised if this card got hit to some capacity eventually, just to help with future design proofing for the game, because you being able to add back anything in your drop zone that's grade 2 or greater. Yeah, grade 2 or greater is crazy, because in bugs you can add some crazy stuff back, and they hear you use this to add Heal Guardians, or maybe the next card I'm about to show you, which is wild. So yeah, Engularv's like so cracked. Such a good card, such a good rear, just to be able to add back Heal Guardians and everything, so you can G-Guard and stuff. Such good. And then we do play, of course, the Bracing Angel Ladder. I love this card. This card is so good. Hates on Grand Blue, hates on all these interactive combos where I can just straight up kill people with the combos. So just going in on those kill turns are very strong. So yeah, we love Bracing Angel Ladder for that reason. I still can't remember the premium on this. Actually, I didn't check prices on Staples recently for Vanguard, but like, yeah, these cards cracked, and you should really be playing Bracing Angel Ladder if you can, you know what I'm saying? Because that card is so good. The only thing that really beats that card is an Overtrigger. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's how crazy the card is. But that wraps up our grade 3s. Moving on to grade 2s, we got 4 copies of Saul. Saul, for those that don't know, is Soul Blast 1 on place, retire rear guard. And then you get to look at the top 3 cards, call a card, and then if it's a trigger unit, you can play a counter blast and activate its effect. So Saul is really good. Saul helps you filter to get to one of the conditions for the Limit Break 4 Katrina, which we'll cover when we get to the Virgil Captain Stride. But yeah, the card's really good. Lets you do some interesting defensive plays, lets you really turbo out aggro and thin out your deck. Like, this card is really, really good. Don't sleep on this. And then because we're still Neo Nectar and love to do plant token shenanigans, why not play the Musketeer that makes plant tokens, you know what I'm saying? So we got 4 of the Sylvia. Yeah, Sylvia, just generic on place, make a token. You guys love her, you guys hate her, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows what this card does by now. That plays Vanguard. And then I still wanted to ensure my kill combos if I couldn't find the Bracing Angel Ladder, so I'm still playing 2 of the Favia, just because one, so that way we can cycle them back into the deck with the RG guard, and then be able to like give resist and stuff to our front row units. That way we can protect the Cecilia that's going to swing, so that way we can lock cards is really good. So yeah, we really appreciate this card, and very thankful that this card exists. Then I have for the grade 1s 3 copies of Sweetberry. Just very generic. Makes a token, can soul charge, so that way you can get back on soul, because you actually do sometimes run out of soul in this deck, so her making soul is actually like kind of important, and she's a 13k booster, like if you need her to stay on the board. Then 3 copies of Ruth. Ruth not only counter charges, but is also a really good like going second card, because she can make a free column of plant tokens, so like you can ball out with her, go crazy. And then 2 copies of the Padmini. This is to help search for Heal Guardians, search for Cecilia, search for that. You can play a 3rd if you wanted to and cut like a Ruth or something like that if you really wanted to play the 3rd, but like the 2 has been working out fine for consistency reasons. So yeah, I wouldn't really want to change anything. You know, you can find usurps up the top and just straight up pitch the usurps if you can. Like, yeah, the card's really good. I wouldn't sleep there. And then 1 Honolingus, because Honoli is cracked. Honoli's such a good card. Honoli's so broken. But yeah, you need to play Honoli just to, you know, stop these aggro decks. Plus 2, the cool thing in this deck is you can lock the Honoli with Cecilia reverse and then have it not apply to you. So you can keep doing this whole wombo combo, then at the end of the turn the Honoli unlocks. So yeah, you can play some very interesting stuff. So shout out to the Honoli for real. Then 1 of the, what is her name? I can't even remember. Susana. So Susana is actually a card you don't need, because I know this card was like a $12 common, like something crazy, right? Because it's on place from effect of Musketeer Soul Blast 2 counter charge 2, which is really good. So just having that on place, like on demand, like CB is really important, especially like in a Honoli format. I still think we're in a Honoli format, so you just have to play ways to counter charge, which even like dictates our trigger lineup. And then of course the last grade 1 is Elementaria, so yeah, gotta play Elementaria, bro. Elementaria, too good in premium, you know what I'm saying? For the triggers, we're playing 3 copies of Alan. This crit is so good. On place effect, you get a counter charge. It's really good with Saul, because you can essentially just counter charge 1 to get an additional 5k and a crit on something. Like, this card's broken. And it lets you like do these insane combo loops on Cecilia reverse turns. So yeah, we love those. Playing 3 copies of the Millis, because again, defensive draw is still just very powerful, and still having your crit count be high. So yeah, 3 of this. Sucks that you can't use like it to its full effect, but in most Neo Nectar variants, you can't use it to its full effect either, because you're only on Asha for a few turns in the defensive builds. But yeah. And then I got 2 copies of the Stride crit, again, to help you enable for Stride. If you really wanted to play more defensive crits, you could cut 1 and just play 1 and then play the other Millis. But my problem with that is just I still do like Stride consistency, even though we do play a very high grade 3 count. Sometimes we don't want to be pitching our grade 3s for Stride. So yeah, that's just a caveat there. You find yourself with the deck sometimes. And then 3 copies of the Draw PG. Again, pretty standard. PGs help you live so you don't die. You know what I'm saying? So really good there. And then 4 Heal Guardian. Again, it's just searchable off the Padmini and all these other things, so you just being able to live and defend yourself is just really important. You don't really need the counter charge Musketeer, counter charge soul charge heal. Just because that being searchable and helping you live aggro turns, because we've gotten into a faster aggro format with the introduction of Raging Form, which I will bring you guys a profile, don't worry. And then we got, of course, the one, the only Overtrigger. The fact that these are still in these game after my hiatus is bogus. Bushiroad, get this out of my game. I'm begging you at this point. I don't want this in my game. I'm so tired of the Saki one of being in my game, ruining my game, and I'm going to preach about this until Bushiroad bans this card. If you ban the Overtrigger or unban Spangled, I will pour milk on myself. I promise y'all. I promise y'all it's going to happen either when they free my boy or they ban my biggest op, because I'm so sick of these cards. Although, the Stoikeo one's the coolest one because it's an Omni Trigger, so we're chilling with that. We're chilling with that. Don't worry. But yeah, so we got to play the Omni Trigger, but that's the 50. That's the 50, no worries. All right, getting on into the G-Zone. Okay, you got to play this. This, though, got reprinted, so this isn't like crazy expensive anymore. So yes, you guys can play this card. You guys have the Harmonix Messiah. You guys will be fine. This was reprinted with the deck set, so if you cop yourself the deck set, you actually have already most of this deck, just not shiny. But I like my card shiny, so it's okay. But yeah, cool. Harmonix, we got Harmonix. Boom, set, done, match. All right, now let's start yapping. Let's start yapping, because we're playing not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 copies of the Virgil Captain. Now I know what you're gonna say, but Devlin, you only need 3 copies of the Virgil Captain for the going first turn. All right, I'm keeping a stack with y'all. I ain't trying to spend no $48 on an Inverno, although you should be playing Inverno over this one. The cool thing though, and everyone stop before y'all start hating on me, is you can activate the Limit Break 4 effect if you got the Crest by just hard striding this one. You just won't get the flip for the multi-attack. But you can, if you're in a deck out scenario, shove your deck back full of cards and then call 2 Virgils. Or call like other things, like if you want. Or you can just shove your deck back for 5 Musketeer, non-trigger Musketeers. So, yeah. She's really good, but she again lets you do the whole pseudo stride thing. So if you're on a Limit Break 4 Cecilia, you get to pitch some total cards from your hand in grade 3, stride, ignoring the regular striding conditions. You get 2 imaginary gift forces and the Cecilia Crest, which is right here. And then the Cecilia Crest gives also her an effect of every time a regular Limit Break 4 like Cecilia like name card is placed, you get to draw a card and give that unit 10k. And so with the Limit Break 4 effect being able to be CB1, shove 5 Musketeers back, call 2 from the deck, you get to draw 2 starting off on that turn and having like some crazy numbers. And if your opponent gives you the second counterblast, you get to do multi-attack. You get to have 5 attacks on that turn with really sizable columns, actually. So this card's crazy. You can play this, and just because like this should be an Inverno, but because I'm broke, I'm not broke, but like I just can't reasonably, as a college kid, I cannot argue spending $40 on the card. And don't tell me it's because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player now. No, I don't want to hear that in my comment section. I still love this game. I've still been grinding. So yeah, but this card, insane. So it's just because of the Crest. It's just because of the Crest of the backup that you gave me the abilities of Cecilia. It's fine. But it's not a Neo Nectar deck. It's not a Neo Nectar deck unless you play in the girl Katrina. You know what I'm saying? So Katrina, 3 of her. She's cracked. She's your best stride. She's the card that literally makes you Neo Nectar meta relevant. If she's banned, this deck is garbage. If she's not banned, this deck is like tier 1. So she's really good. But yeah, just being able to make plant tokens on demand, calling him like an absurd amount of cards from deck like Turbo, like Big Obadiah, offensively is just crazy. And for no cost. It's just crazy. So everybody knows how good Katrina is. I don't even have to yap about that girl anymore. That girl's my MVP. To go with Katrina to Cyclone just to make the plant tokens bigger. And then we do have some flexibility though. In the G-Zone. I still think the Ladislava is important. If against Grand Blue, this sometimes comes up, where you can target a grade 3, call a Cecilia Reverse from deck, and search, yes, search the order. You get to search the Bracing Angel Ladder. You get to literally search that card from your deck and then activate it. So you can force the Grand Blue opponent, if they're at high damage threshold and you think you can kind of probably kill them from the range that they're in, you're cooking. You're absolutely cooking, bro. So yeah, shout out to Ladislava for real, because card's really good. Don't want to don't want to sleep on that card, because the fact that card can search Bracing Angel Ladder and help you like push for a kill turn is crazy. So sometimes you actually do go into her if your opponent's like set up like the whole Cannoneer, like double Cannoneer plays and like crazy stuff like that. And then I didn't know what to put in the slot for here because I don't have a lot of Nectar strides, so I just put in a Progenitor Dragon. Never go into it, but it's really pretty, so I like my expensive cards, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so go Progenitor. And then really easy for the G Guardians. 3 Robertina, because this is like the best G Guardian that Nectar has. Being able to shove 2 units of the same name back to the bottom of that countercharge one and become a 30k shield, cracked. But also because we have defensive plays between the Homily and the Saw, we still do play the 1 Rain Breath. Just that way we can call cards during my opponent's turn, throw them off their game. It's like, oh, but I did all this setting up during the main phase, and then you go like, hot loser. So yeah. Interestingly enough, you know how I've always proposed that in Katrina decks you always go Force 2? No, in this deck, my boy, you go Force 1, my boy. You know why? So you can actually kill your opponent because you're rewriting your Vanguard like 4 times, you know what I'm saying? So being able to have all the pretty markers, you even get foil ones in the deck set. That's why I have the foil ones here, but I also have my other really pretty ones. But I do keep that. Don't worry. I do keep those Force 2s on standby, just because you have the Flex 2, and again, hollow markers. So yeah, they really, Bushiroad actually outdid themselves by reprinting Elementaria and Harmonix Messiah in the deck set. This is absolutely fantastic. Just so thankful for them doing that, because just the accessibility of this game I was really concerned about for a long time, and then the deck set kind of allowing people to re-access these premium staples were just so important. So that's why I was like really concerned. I was like, oh no, these cards are only going to go up. And then they reprinted them and I was like, yes! So it's all good. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, shout out to my Vanguard people, man. I just missed you all. I know I haven't been active. I know I've had so much stuff going on. Like I can't even lie. But that's gonna be its own independent video where I'm gonna give you guys a little life update, because I was gone for like 4 months. Now that I look at it, like seriously, like for the dedicated content grind, like gone for 4 months. So it wasn't fair to y'all. I'm gonna make it up to y'all by continuing to provide you guys this banger content. Don't worry, match videos with this deck will be coming out this week. Don't worry, I'm gonna get with the homies that are here on campus. We're gonna grind for you. I'm gonna show you how cracked this deck is, and we're gonna go wild. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all, and do appreciate everyone sticking with me through my little hiatus and absence, because you know I wouldn't be who I am today without the Vanguard community, for real, and I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. But with that being said, if you have not already, please again go check out my sponsors, Kingslayer Cards and Dank Ritual, because they are going to keep you guys in the best of shape. And shout out again everybody, because y'all keep going through. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. I love you all. God bless and take care.
Stay with me.